Okay. Welcome to New Thought Tuesdays.
Good Tuesday to each and every one of you, especially to those people who are joining us in our private patio here to talk with us later, creatives. And who are we talking about when we talk about creatives? We're talking about filmmakers and directors and writers and actors and singers and musicians. We're talking about all kinds of creative temperaments, whether you're extroverts or introverts, above the line or below the line. Our question is, are you ready to let go of sorrow and partake in the spirit of joy? Joy, 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 joy. So today on New Thought Tuesdays, Rich and I are going to discuss joy and how we can live our highest and best life with authentic joy.
Yeah. Very well said. Joy. This is the holiday of joy.
This is the holiday of joy, or sometimes it's a holiday of blueness for some folk. But, you know, whether it's blue, whether it's sadness, depression, or joy, those are all human emotions.
Yeah, and we're going to lift you up.
If you look at what's appearing as your joy or your sadness, your depression from the perspective of your infinite creator, you can embrace the perspective that there's nothing to be depressed about. And in some ways, there's nothing to be joyful about. It's all what you choose. It's all what you decide. And so, because everything in your life is unfolding for your highest and best good, there are aspects of everything that are, and I've got a story for this week, your highest and best good unfolding. Everything in your life, we maintain everything in your life is in perfect order, divine order. And the more you recognize this, the more you begin to see that your life is unfolding magnificently as you share your gifts and your talents with the world.
Yes. Yes. So anyways, Ernest Holmes writes here, do you want me to read this?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, we take our cues from Ernest Holmes, 365 Science of Mind. We cannot conceive of the spirit as being sad or depressed. There is ever a song at the center of everything. The song is reflected in all nature, turning mourning into dancing. To put off the sackcloth means to turning of the personality to a complete reliance upon the divine. Dean, why don't you take over? Because I'm having a hard time seeing this on my little phone.
So as Rich was saying, this song is reflected in all nature, turning mourning into dancing. To put off sackcloth means the turning of the personality to a complete reliance on the divine. To be girded with gladness means to cover ourselves with the threefold nature of good. This is a symbol of divine protection. Turning the mind to goodness and recognizing the omnipresence of love causes us to rejoice, as Ernest Holmes says, as we recognize that in pure spirit we live, we move, and we have our being. Then Dr. Holmes goes on to say, today I deliberately turn from everything that depresses and sing a song of praise, of gratitude, and of joy. I'm going forth to meet joy, singing the song of triumph of spirit over all apparent negation. And he concludes today's 365 Science of Mind entry with a quote from Science of Mind. He says, we are to rejoice evermore. There is no sadness in spirit. It is happy and free, for it knows neither depression nor confusion, and we belong to it and are in it and of it. There is no joy. There is only joy. There is no sadness. There is no depression.
In the mind of the infinite.
In the mind of the
infinite. Only our mind holds on to that sadness and depression because it all depends on how we look at things.
Yeah.
Now, how do you want to see things unfolding in your life? In perfect order? Or do you want to see it unfolding in chaos and just not the way you want it to be, you know? Okay, so you as creators in the entertainment business, what are some of the things, and you can post below in the comments, some of the things that you're looking at right now that are causing a little sadness, depression, that aren't working out the way you want them to work out? You know, are you a filmmaker? You've got everything set up for your film and you got your cast and your script and everything, and you can't get the funding. You've been trying for a long time now, probably ready to give up. So how can you switch that around into seeing that everything is unfolding in perfect order for you right here and right now? And as soon as you shift your consciousness around from one of lack and limitation to one of fulfillment, then that money will come through. It has to. It's law. It's the law of good that we're working with here. And so go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you, Dean.
No, that's exactly it. And though we're focusing on the entertainment professionals, these filmmakers, our artists, our directors, we have such as creative artists, we have such a divine desire to create. And sometimes our human experience does not reflect the flowing of that divine desire. And all that Rich and I are saying, all that New Thought, Ancient Wisdom teaching is saying, is that as you look at what is in front of you in life, you have a choice about how you interpret it. Is it woe is me? Or, as I like to say, how is this happening for me? And the reason I ask that question is not so much to put you into a whole intellectual exercise, but just to stop your human brain from spinning like, oh, why is this happening? Oh, how is this happening for me? What the? The instant you ask the question, it just stops your brain from spinning, and that's all it needs to do. If you choose to see some positive there, if you choose to decide that there's something positive going on, that energy of the positivity will attract more of that energy to us. It's my experience in life, and it is the principles that we teach here at New Thought Tuesdays.
Yeah, exactly. When you see things unfolding in your life of perfect order, then you just release any sorrow or depression, because you know that everything is happening for your highest good. At least for me, you know, when I get in the zone, when I am coming from that frame of mind, not of victimhood, but from cause, creating the cause in my life, that everything just unfolds perfectly. It's when I get into the victimhood and I start worry, fear, doubt, worry, that everything seems to reflect that back to me. It's like a reciprocal universe. It reflects back to you what you put into it. And so sometimes it's challenging for me to, when things around me have the appearance of not going the way I want them to go, or that the appearance of lack and limitation, and the fear, doubt, and worry sets in, I have to step back and through my prayer work, come to the understanding that I'm one with this divine presence. It's working in and as and through me, and it's unfolding in perfect order. There's nothing being withheld from me. I'm just withholding it from my mind, from my thinking. So am I living from cause, setting a cause into motion to create the thing that I want, focusing on what I want, thinking about what I want, talking about what I want? Or am I living from effect, which is whatever I put into motion to create up to this point was everything that I was thinking about, talking about, acting upon, having emotions about. It's time to shift that. It's time to shift those beliefs that you're over here suffering with this dilemma, and the universe is giving of its good everywhere, in and as and through everything. You know, you got to connect with it. And when you do, all of a sudden your life changes and you live a life of peace and harmony and joy. And just, I don't know how to say it any better than that. It's
well, Dr. Holmes,
so
Dr. Holmes talks about this peace and this joy as kind of a song. And he says, this song is reflected in all nature, turning mourning into dancing. So you're experiencing a song there, Rich. We're all experiencing a song. Let's just use like living in concert with life, which is the metaphor that I use in my private practice with my groups and my private clients. We take this song, and what is the song that you're listening to? What is it that you're hearing? What are you singing? What are you expressing as your song? And it's with this sense of possibility that we can embrace not only our creative careers. So when you're talking about like you were talking about a film budget earlier today, yes, absolutely, Rich, we can manifest that abundance that we are needing. I find that often it's not just in our careers that we can practice this, and we must practice this outside of our career experience. So I have a quick story in that yesterday, the script for the movie of my life, as you would put it, Rich, was completely rewritten. There was an incident that took place in the home that required that everything that was planned be pretty much reshuffled, jettisoned. And this would potentially back up an entire week's plan of our production. It was not the script that we had wanted. But in that moment, I listened to the song within and said, okay, we have a new plan here. There's a new script unfolding. There's a new song being sung. And in the process of this song being sung, because we made all of our choices, we changed our adjustment. We saw the goodness. We asked, how is this happening for us right here and right now? And my brain stopped spinning, and I was able to go, okay, new plan with joy. In that, one of the things that came out of it is a member of my family really was able to step up in a way that they have not been able to before in particular areas, with strength and courage, both physical and emotional, and really serve the whole family. And this was not part of the plan, but it was one of the great offshoots of it. So be aware of the thoughts that you pick up. The thoughts that you decide on, the thoughts that you choose are really created in and of yourself. And as you bring up these thoughts, as you choose these thoughts, you'll bring more of that vibrational energy into your life.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing that. And, that's why I have this desire to work with mostly creatives in the entertainment business. For me, because of the film business, it's creatives in the film business. It's because, if you're having struggles, if you're having anguish, anxiety over what's going on in your life, then come to us, work with us, because we'll just smack you off the side of the head and get you back in alignment, because that's what it's all about. My wife does that to me all the time. When I get on the road of negativity, fear, doubt, worry, she goes, what are you doing? What you teach this stuff? Why don't you practice it? Practice what you preach. Just smacked off the side of the head to say, hey, wake up, stop it. Let's get back in alignment with our highest good. Let's get back in alignment with our divine expression that we are, unique, individualized expressions of the infinite. We are it. We are gods. And so we got to start acting like gods and not like, what's the opposite?
Like victims.
Like victims.
There's a sense of trust that we always talk about.
Yeah.
Trust and trusting that your creative project is unfolding in the right order. And having the trust that even if things are not going along in the way that you had planned them to go back to your quiet place, to go back to your place of positivity, of possibility, and identify how your creative idea is changing and unfolding.
Yeah. And when something shifts in your life, Dean, you were just talking about, you had a plan, the plan didn't work out the way you want. What is that? Is that the infinite intelligence booting you out of something so it can bring you something else. You know, at the end of my prayer treatments, I always say, this is something better shall come my way. So is it the universe saying, wait a second, maybe I got something better for you. Maybe there's something more that's going to reveal a higher good in your life here by making this shift.
Well, here's how I see it. And this with the particular instance that I experienced yesterday and my family experienced yesterday in our creative project, I believe that there was energy that I brought to that we all brought to that is unique and is working in concert. And as we recognize the energy and we choose to make our decisions accordingly, that we recognize that we are in the process of the power and the love that is infinite in unfoldment, and recognize what we bring to the party, and that we can adjust that party at any time. For my experience, I'd say there was some pushing against going on in my experience, my family's experience, that kind of created a little bit of drama. Okay, we created that drama. No big deal. It's just working with the principles. Keep working with the principles, working with that subjective consciousness, and put what you want consciously into it. Because we may well have been, there may have been fear, there may have been doubt, there may have been worry that kind of rumpled up our plans. And as that unfolds, that's okay. This is what's unfolding. How do I choose to kind of spiritually Tai Chi this energy? How do I work with the principles? How do I work with the law? And that is not from going, oh, poor me. Oh my God. Oh, this is horrible. Oh. That is from, okay, got it. No worries. Even when inside of me it's going, because I've got those voices that I allow to come up in me as well, and I authentically allow them and go, wow, you're tweaked here, Regan. Whoa, all right, take a deep breath. How's this happening for me? Moving forward and working in positive love.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Working in the positive love.
Working in the positive love. Yeah. Well, my friend, I think we're almost on our time right now. Is there anything else that you were really called to share today before we go into discussion with the group?
Actually.
Great.
Let me see if I can.
Uh-oh. What's he got?
No, I'm good. I think we covered everything. You know, I just want to encourage our followers here to connect with us, start to get involved. I have my Infinite Filmmaker Facebook group. We have the New Thought Tuesdays Facebook group. Come into the group. We have a bunch of different programs that we're creating. Everything that we're doing is so that we can lift not only ourselves up to a higher level, a higher vibration, but also to lift everyone up around us, you know, to the vibration where they can start to attract the things that they want in their life. This stuff we're working with is really powerful stuff. What we're talking about, working with the same power that created the universe and everything in it, same power that created you. We're working with that power. We have been learning and studying and growing in this stuff for so many years now. And so we're here to help you, to share that with you so that you don't have to suffer and you don't have to live from victimhood and you don't have to struggle with creativity, because like Dean said, your urge to create is just the infinite wanting to create through you, in and as and through you. And it's not withholding anything. So we're here to help you do that. We're here to help lift you up and to bring you to a higher vibration so that you can start to live the life you desire to be living. And so, Dean, what about our New Thought Tuesdays website?
Well, we have infinite information at newthoughttuesdays.com. So you can go to newthoughttuesdays.com to find out, you know, we are focused on the idea of spiritual confidence right now. And that is having that human experience where you're taking that human experience and you're bringing it into faith. So go to newthoughttuesdays.com. We've got some exciting stuff coming up after the first of the year. We are continuing with New Thought Tuesdays every Tuesday. And then, of course, if you want to go and talk to Rich directly, Rich, your website is?
theinfinitefilmmaker.com.
You can find Rich at theinfinitefilmmaker.com. You can find me at deanregan.com. We're bringing the Infinite Filmmaker and Living in Concert with Life together into New Thought Tuesdays, ancient wisdom, new thought teachings. So that's how you can really leverage us to your best advantage. We're here for you. We are sending you love. And thank you for all of those that are here today to have a discussion afterwards. We're going to go into the Zoom room. If you are seeing this and you don't have the Zoom link, you can go to newthoughttuesdays.com and sign up for reminders, and you'll get a copy of the Zoom link, the private Zoom link for the discussion, and come in and talk about what it is in this confidential environment that's not recorded. Come in and talk about what you need to talk about and make the movement forward that you need to make moving forward and join this community. It is infinitely in concert with life.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to put that link in the chat right here so people could sign up, but I can't seem to.
I can do that for us.
Can
Chat.
you? Why don't you do that, Dean? You got it?
For New Thought Tuesdays, www.newthoughttuesdays.com. That's in the chat. And then www.theinfinitefilm.com, and then www.deanregan.com. That's there in the chat. And the people that are here don't need the link in the chat, but we can put the link. Well, if you sign up, you'll get the link. If you sign up for reminders, you'll get the link.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I got for us today. Sending you all love and light. Thank you, Richard. I really appreciate being here with you today.
Thank you. Same here. I'm going to end the Zoom